Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming at you with my TBR game. This is Biblious. I think that's the official name. This is episode 4. I think this is my 4th time, but I did restart back in January, like a fresh, clean start because of the new year. Oh boy, and let's just go over my TBR, how I did, where we're at. So on the board here you can see that the first thing that I had to do was read an ebook, and for this I picked The Haunting of Alexandria. This is an arc that I've had on NetGalley for a little bit too long now, and I have still not read it, so I will not be removing that from the board, and I will be taking a punishment for it. The next one that I have here is BIPOC author or rep, and for that I was planning to read The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This was for a secret TBR, which I have not yet started. So I will also be taking a punishment for that, but I know for sure I will be reading it this coming February, so it'll all work out. And then I also have a random bookmark, Decides Your Book, and for that I got the Quest reading bookmark for the Aurelium Readathon, and I went with Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nang. I did read this! Woo! I read this partly because of the Aurelium year-long readathon that's going on. Also to get it read so that I can jump into the 3rd book at some point. But yes, I did read this. The next one on the board is Blanket, to read a book that I think will be comforting. For this I chose a reread of Caraval, which I have started and have not completed yet, but I will soon. Therefore I won't be taking a punishment for that because I'm in the middle of reading it. I will read it within the first week or 2 of February, so I'm gonna say that it is fine. And same will go with 1 or 2 word title. I picked Piranesi, which I'm also have started, so I just need to finish. So I'm not going to take a punishment because I think I'll finish it rather quickly in the month. As for my bonus effect cards, I did have go to the library and build a blanket fort, neither of which happened. I'm hoping to go to the library this month. We will see. I am looking at my overdue library right there, so yikes. And as for building a fort, I genuinely just have not had the time or the care to put effort into something like that. But this month, I'm participating in so many readathons, so many, and therefore I'm hoping to build a blanket fort for one of them, inspired by Covers with Cassidy, because she is co-hosting 72 Hours in the Haunted House readathon, which I'm hoping to participate in. So I might make a blanket fort then. But until then, let me just discard, nope, that one's staying. Let me discard these 3. Now let's pull our 2 punishment cards. The first one is going to be read a book that's rated 2 stars. Oh no. Oh no indeed. Oh no. Okay, and the next one is lowest rated book on my TBR shelf. Cool. Cool. Okay, let me draw my hand. So the first book that I've got is Dark Academia. The next one is to listen to an audiobook. The 3rd card is Last to Read. Oh, that would have been good for when I read Cruel Prince. And the next one is nonfiction. Alright. So, this is my hand for right now. Let's jump into it. Like I had mentioned, there's a lot of readathons going on, so I have a lot of hopefuls to read. Fingers crossed I can get them all done. But to start off with, I'm actually going to be playing this nonfiction. I'm going to put it right there so you guys can see it. For nonfiction, I'm going with Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. I've been wanting to read it for so freaking long, and I just recently put on hold the audiobook with my library, so I'm hoping to get to it. I think the wait is about 4 weeks, but there's a lot of copies, so I'm thinking it might be a little bit quicker. So I'll probably get this a little bit later in the month, but the second it comes in, I'll be reading this, especially because it's narrated by Chanel Miller, which I think is just going to make the whole experience so much better. I'm so excited. This is Chanel Miller's perspective and story and experience with the Brock Turner Stanton? That's not the correct word. Stanford case, where she was formerly known as Emily Doe. And this is going to kind of go through the court experience and just like the horrific events. This has caused a lot of outrage, and it sparked a very big like moment in history, and so I'm incredibly excited to hear like her words. I have started this. I read the like it's not even the like, it's not the acknowledgments. I guess I read the introduction and I nearly sobbed. I think this is going to be very difficult to get through, but I think it is a very important story, so I'm glad to have it on my TBR. I did now realize that I forgot to move, so I'm going to move. My bad. I forgot the whole point of this game. It's hard when you play a game like once every month, because by the time you roll around to playing it again, you're like, I do what now? My bad. Okay, I'm also going to pull an effect card, which is going to be have a cozy reading night or morning. That I can do. I can totally do that. I'm in desperate need of like a self-care day of just like relaxing, pampering, de-stress for a little bit. That is definitely on my agenda at some point this month. It's also my birthday month. She's turning 24, so I'm hoping to get some like really exciting books, but also have a lot of time to enjoy the books and just enjoy the month, you know? It's also February, there's Valentine's Day, a lot of readathons. It's all very fun, exciting stuff. Okay, that's gonna be it, so I'm gonna draw back up to 4. A book about friendship. Alright, so now I'm going to move over here. I'll take the 1. I'm debating with myself whether I want like a book about friendship to like cater to relationships, which is kind of cheating. So I don't think I should do that. So I think I'm gonna discard a book about friendship, and I'm going to discard my Dark Academia because I don't plan on reading any of those this month. So between listen to an audiobook or last to read, I could go either way. Obviously I'm going to listen to a lot of audiobooks, so that one's kind of on the easier side, which honestly I'm going to, yeah, I should do that for myself. Okay, yes, we're going to do that. We're going to listen to an audiobook. And for this one, I'm going to pick the 3rd book in the Finlay Donovan series, which is Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun. Yep, I'm putting on the 3rd one. Have I read the first 2? No, I haven't. Am I making it a little challenging? Yes. But the 3rd book in the series is the Literally Dead book club pick for February. So I kind of have to read them anyway. It just kind of makes sense that I put it on the TBR for my self-care. So that's going to be on the list. Now I'm going to draw back up to 4, so I can shuffle my music and pick a song that that would be shuffling my playlist and reading a book that relates to the song. I've been listening to one very specific playlist that I've curated that does pair with a story that I've been working on and writing. It's a lot. So I don't know if I'll want to do that. The next card I'm drawing is a book with a map, okay? And the final card drawn is supernatural, occult, or paranormal. Ooh. I don't think I have any. That's so unfortunate. So I think for this next one, I'm going to pick Last to Read, which I will stick there. I think for this, I'm going to choose, I'm doing so bad at reading off of my shelves right now. I genuinely just like don't have anything. So for this, I'm going to pick Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This is a romance, which I am going to push myself to read a little bit this month. I feel like the Brown sisters trilogy is incredibly popular, incredibly well read, and very well loved. And so I'm one of the last to be able to read this. Like, even my friends that don't read a lot have read this, so I'm clearly behind. I'm very excited. This is following, I believe, a Black autistic main character who is falling in love. I'm not sure which one is which. I've heard the plot summary to, I think, 2 of them. Is this the one where she, like, runs somebody over and then dates them? Is that this one? Is this the one with the bucket? I don't know. I do not remember the plot, I'm going to be entirely honest. But I am very excited to read this. I think it'll be a very fun one. Yeah. Did I forget to move again? I'm doing really bad at this game today. If you notice the hair and the makeup, I have filmed so much today. It's officially dark outside. I've been doing this for hours. I'm absolutely losing it. It's okay. Okay, there we go. But that also means that I get to pull an effect card, so draw 2 additional cards. Alright, I don't have a discard for that. So, blurbed by a favorite author, read a book with a moon or stars on the title, and a mood read. Oh, splendid. Alright, so I'm gonna move back over there, take my little doodad. I still haven't decided what my plan is for having 25 or whatever, especially because my book buying ban is not going so well. I need to get a little bit more strict about that, but there's so many things to pre-order. It's so bad. But I do know that with allies, which I do have on the board now, I can keep it around a little bit, use it to defeat some baddies, so who knows what the plan will be. We'll see next month. But we need to pick my 4th book. Alright, so I'm going to play the Moonlight card, and I'm going to put it right there. This is to read a book with moon or stars on the cover, and for this I'm going to go with The Wicker King by K. Ingram. Don't remember what this is about. It's kind of on the shorter side, which is always helpful. It's about a boy who has a crush on a jock, and one of them has like a fantasy thing where they have a hard time telling reality versus fantasy, and I don't remember anything else about the plot. But it is February, which is Black History Month in America. I was about to say Blackoween, and that's incorrect. It is Black History Month in America, which means that the wonderful Jessie over at Books and Bowties is hosting the 5th annual Blackathon. So I am trying to partake in that. I do have like a small curated TBR set for that, and this is one of those. I really like this cover. There are stars on it, sort of, so I'm counting it. I'm very excited. I think that it is going to be good. I have not heard a lot of people talk about this specific book, but I do know that K. Ingram has written quite a few things that are pretty popular, especially the sapphic sci-fi, I believe so. I've heard a lot about that one, and so I'm excited to try out this author, give them a shot. I think I'm gonna like it. We'll see though. And final pick. Oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm gonna move here, take my 2. We're getting close to 25, but I know that that's not gonna be beneficial later. And I'm going to pick a mood read because I love myself, and that just makes things so much easier. So we're gonna read in my comfort zone, and we're gonna do a mood read. And I also get to pick one more effect, which will be collect 2 tokens. Okay. Easy peasy. That'll be so beneficial for next month. So for this mood read, I'm going to pick oh boy. Okay, so for my mood read this month, I'm picking something that's absolutely not on my TBR whatsoever. But I just want to tell the world about it. I'm very excited. I am 17 pages into this, and this is Elemental P by Mark Dunn. Mark Dunn is typically a playwright. This is his first novel, and it is told entirely through letters. But the premise of this is so incredible. It's also incredibly smart. So if you understand vocabulary better than my little brain, you're gonna like this a lot more than me. But it is beautifully written. It is a beautiful story. I started it this morning and I'm obsessed already. I am 17 pages in and this is so fantastic. What is this? You're asking, with this interesting cover, weird title? Great question. In this, we are set in the fictional island of Nolop. And this is a separate country. It's off the coast of South Carolina, but it's not a part of the United States. Like, they said, no way, Jose, we don't want to be a part of you. Thank you, though. And they had changed their island name 100 years or so ago to Nolop in honor of, what's his first name? Nelvin Nolop, the author of the immortal phrase containing all the letters of the alphabet, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." So in this island town, they have a statue of this man and his phrase that they kind of worship, if you will. Like, they really look up to this person. They take language and literature very serious. They have extensive vocabularies. Like, it's very beautiful in that sense. But they also don't have great technology because of it. They don't have phones like we do. They don't have email. This was written, I believe this was written in 2001, or it was published in 2001. So it is a bit older, but writing letters is their primary communication with one another. And so this entire book is written with letters. And as you might have figured out by now, maybe, I don't know, this is going to be a novel about this town who is slowly losing letters in their alphabet. So the first chunk of this is explaining the lore of the town and that the Z fell off the statue and crumbled into a bunch of pieces. And so the letters are full of Z and talking about what's going on. It has a lot of discussion about, like, language and taking language away, because I'm unintelligent and I don't have as good of a vocabulary as this book. So it's very well written, but because it's written in letters, as the world loses more letters to use, the author himself also had to stop using those letters. So Z is a very simple, obvious example, but throughout the book it's going to get harder. And I just think that's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and I'm sure I'm not doing this any justice, but I already highly recommend this to absolutely anybody and everybody. So yeah, this is what I'm reading. I'm sorry for the bad description. I just, like, I'm not as intelligent as this man. So this is what my mood read is going to be. I genuinely want to do nothing but read this, like, all night. So, like, that's kind of my plan, is to, like, read my 3 books and enjoy my evening. So yes, that means that this is my TBR, which means I didn't do a fantastic job of pulling from my shelves like I normally do, or try to, but I think that'll be okay. It is February. I have a very large TBR. I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of projects going on, a lot of secret things going on. It's my birthday month. Work is crazy. I have a new schedule. A lot is happening. And so I think having some shorter books and some audiobooks is honestly going to be most beneficial for me completing a TBR. Oh no, I just forgot that I had punishments. Oh no. Okay. Oh man. Alright. Let's figure that out. So, okay. You might be able to tell it is a bit later. I'm struggling incredibly hard with finding a book that has been rated 2 stars. So there's one singular book on my TBR shelves on Goodreads. There's the shelf in which I own the book, and there's the shelf in which it's on my radar. And at one point I heard about it and wanted to pick it up. The only book that I have that is rated 2.71 stars is Beautiful Broken Girls by Kim Savage. I cannot find that book anywhere. It's not any library options. It's not on Scribd. And I'm going to be frank with you, I do not want to buy it. I don't know if I'm going to love it. Kayla is the reason that I found it over at Books and Lala. She did give it 4 stars, but she also says that it is very hard to read and beautifully written, which means that it is going to be a hard read. And I don't necessarily want to buy something like that because that kind of scares me. And I don't want to be in a reading slump in February, and I also don't want to get triggered in February. So for my own self-care and mental health, I'm going to discard the 2-star read, and I'm going to pick something else that I just think might be a little bit easier. Okay, a failed TBR. I can pick something from that, but I hope you guys are cool with that option. I just can't do that to myself. So let me grab my failed TBR jar really quick. Alright, so oh my god. So I have my little failed TBR jar. Yes, I've actually had one of these for a while for this very reason. This is the Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio tea tin. I never use these for tea. I don't even drink tea. So I actually have my failed TBR in this one. I have a different one over there that just has a TBR of like high priority want to reads. I have a different one that's for like specific October reads. And then I have an empty one that I will probably eventually use for this very purpose. But I have quite a few in here. So I'm gonna shuffle it. I haven't updated this in a little while. So, okay, this one. Oh man, I read that. Okay, try again. I'm reading that. Oh my god. Apparently I really needed to update this. I'm currently in the middle of 7.5 Deaths. Oh no. Okay, so I got The Home of Midnight. That's a big book. She's chunky. Oh no. Okay. I deserve that. That's my bonus punishment. Okay. Note to self, don't fail your TBRs because it's gonna hurt. And then as for lowest rated on my TBR shelf, let me pull that back up. I went based off my TBR owned shelf on Goodreads. And with a 3.38 average reading, we've got Rose Blood by A.G. Howard. I tried picking this up when I received it in an Owl Crate, I believe. Yes, Owl Crate. Whatever year this came out. And I wasn't like as big into reading at the time, and I picked it up and then I put it back down. The font is fully red. Like, the words are all red, which I do kind of love, I think. I don't think this is incredibly special, yeah. This was before Owl Crate did really cool things, so it's just a book. But this is a Phantom of the Opera retelling, I believe, potentially a reimagining. I'm not 100%. I haven't heard great things about this, but I also haven't seen a lot of people read this. But this is now the currently lowest rated book on my shelf. So that's gonna be fun. Romance, right? It'll be fine. I do love Phantom of the Opera. I have yet to read the original Gerard Butler book. Maybe I'll somehow read that this month too. That sounds like a lot. Oh boy. But yeah, I am excited about this, but I'm not like excited about it right now. I do want to read this, but I don't necessarily want to read it now. But the time has come. The time has come. And I will read this book. So that's going to be officially the TBR. Oh, frickin' boy. Oh no. So that's going to be these. And then the other 4. Oh, goodness grief. I'm not stressed. You're stressed. It's okay. It's gonna be a great reading month for me. I'm gonna read like 30 books or something absolutely insane. Wish me the best of luck. And I hope that your reading month also goes incredibly well and that you don't have to read anything super scary like I do. It'll be fine though. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I think next month will be a lot of fun with this game, seeing as I can introduce some new elements to it. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video very soon. I hope you have a great day.